Assalamu alaikum, how are you all? So my name is Aisha Adil and I've been making a string of videos for my YouTube channel for the purpose of education. I've been sharing ideas on how to prepare for exams, how to give exams, and so on and so forth. But today I want to start a string of lectures on books. Possibly along the way I might talk about movies too. But today I want to talk about books. Reading is becoming a dying culture. Reading is something that is fast growing out of our generations rather than increasing. People generally like to watch movies or watch TV shows, which is fine. Because no matter whatever the medium, they are gaining some knowledge and some insight into people's lives, and they are being told stories. But reading is something that I love to do, and I want my viewers to love it all over again as well. So the author that I'm going to recommend today is Jane Austen. Now, Jane Austen is an author who grew on me over time. Initially, I didn't really like her work. I saw it to be too meaningless. But then as I proceeded to read more and more of her work and to watch more and more of her movie adaptations from her book, I realized that she was not really talking about things on the surface at all. She was exploring people's lives and people's, uh, you know, um, uh, circumstances and their challenges in a very different manner, in a very light-hearted manner. Her books tell us about women and their stories. Her books tell us about the situation of women in those times. Her books talk about society and politics and about so many other aspects of life, about the power struggles. And gradually, Jane Austen grew on me. And now I love her work. I absolutely love her work. And one of my most favorite books is Pride and Prejudice. I love this story. I have watched the movie many times, I've read the book many times. So I want to recommend Jane Austen. If you have not read it, then please do so. You will love it. You will love the fact that her characters are so interesting to read about. And there's so much insight into people's lives and their thoughts and their feelings. And that is reflected in your own society. You can see people around you who remind you of these characters, who remind you of Mr. Darcy, who remind you of Miss Bennet, Elizabeth Bennet, or even their mother, Mrs. Bennet. So there's going to be so much joy to be found after reading this book. I have watched, I think, all of the movie adaptations of Jane Austen, especially the one starring Colin Firth as Mr. Darcy, and of course the most recent Keira Knightley one. I love that adaptation of her book. I've watched that movie maybe 4 times and I could watch it again. So it was only through the work of this beautiful person, Jane Austen, that we were able to make movies out of it and enjoy it so many times all over again. With their incomparable characters, Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy, this book is going to just open your eyes to a new life altogether. The life of people in those times, as well as reflected in our own lives. So for this video, my recommendation for all of you out there is to read Jane Austen. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz, stay blessed.